Immigrants living in the United States may not know how to set up an estate plan or even what it is. Generally, people make an estate plan to avoid courts and probate, which can often take months to finish, to protect their assets and investments from creditors, to provide for their loved ones, and to take advantage of any available tax deductions and credits. In this episode, I will discuss some differences between two commonly used estate documents, a will and a living trust. Although both are used to transfer assets and property to others, there are reasons to choose one over the other. First, a will takes effect when you pass away, while a trust takes effect once you sign it, although there are certain terms in a trust that can take effect when you pass away. Because these documents usually come into play after you pass away, an estate often includes other documents that can take effect when you are unable to make decisions on your own or you're unable to take care of yourself. These are called powers of attorney, and they permit another person to take care of your affairs financially and medically. And if you don't have any powers of attorney, a loved one may have to go to court and set up what is called a conservatorship in order to handle those affairs for you. Second, if you die with a will, a personal representative will have to go to court in order to get the authority to do and follow what the will says. Depending on the amount of property you may have, this process may take several months or more. And also, the court may have to supervise part of the distribution. On the other hand, with a trust, you do not have to go to court to follow through on its terms. Also, you may have other assets, such as a retirement plan or a life insurance policy, which the proceeds will transfer over to another person without having to go to court. And you may want to actually put these assets into a trust to avoid any unwanted consequences. For example, if you have a spouse who is not a U.S. citizen, or if you own property through a foreign business, you or your heirs may be subject to income tax, estate tax, or even other penalties by the IRS that you may not even know about. Without either a will or a trust, your assets will then get divided up according to state law, and your estate will probably have to go through probate court anyway. Third, while a will tends to be rather straightforward, a trust can be somewhat complicated. This is because the trust may deal with retitling of property, multiple tax issues, and other administrative matters. Because of this, the law may require a higher level of understanding and decision-making in order to make a trust rather than to make a will. This is why it's important to begin discussing your estate plan with friends and family. This may prevent any future disputes over any expectation of an inheritance and help with the understanding of what you want to do with your assets. It's always important to consult with an estate planning attorney about the best way to figure out what to do. In the next episode, I will discuss some legal issues about acquiring real property, such as any potential taxes that may arise, different ways of owning the property, and how you can transfer real property into a living trust.